Hi everyone, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I have a April journaling video to share with you. I wanted to share it on Sunday, but I'm a little behind on videos because my kids were on spring break and it's just been busy. So now you get to watch me work in my April journal and have a good time maybe laughing at me, because with this spread, it's going to cover the 1st through the 9th, just the way that the month kind of worked out. And instead of doing like an extra page or an insert, which I probably should have done, I decided to cram all 9 days onto this 2-page spread. But I could not get the days right and I could not get the dates right. So the days of the week and the dates. I was having such a difficult time figuring it out, and I was counting, and yeah, you just have to laugh at yourself sometimes. So I had to grab a spare piece of paper and stamp out the correct days, and then I will put that over the top. Then I'm going to goof on the dates, and I'll have to fix that as well. But I love my journal, and I love journaling, but I have noticed that I do need a little bit more room because I have so much to write. So even though I like this design, I feel like it doesn't give me a lot of room to write, even when it is just the regular week. 9 days is going to be hard to cram everything in and all the stories that I want to write, but I have just been thinking about how I probably want more room when I'm journaling, and definitely making more time to journal and figuring out ways to journal more than once or twice during the day. So that's just kind of what I've been thinking about. I think I have the dates almost fixed because it starts on Friday the 31st and then it goes all the way to April 9th. So I guess technically it covers 10 days. Like I said, I don't know what I was thinking, and like I said, go ahead and laugh at me. I mean, I think we should all be able to laugh at ourselves, but I just didn't want to add one of those like doors. I think it's called some sort of door, like a Dutch door, because I don't want this journal to not last till the end of the year, but I think my pickiness got in the way, so I should have added a door. I am stamping the dates, and again, I'm going to goof on a few of them, so I have to use that spare piece of paper to fix it. It's going to be the 1st through the 6th that I need to fix, and then I'm going to have some fun with flowers using Mandy Ford's new stamp set from Studio Calico. I've used it so many times. I love it. It's perfect, and I've done a few reels on Instagram to show how I've used that stamp set because I just love it. I'd love to know in the comment section if you guys want to see shorts, YouTube shorts of my projects over here on YouTube. Just let me know in the comments, and then maybe I can put some up on my YouTube. I also have another spring stamp set from Studio Calico that I used to stamp Life in Full Bloom, and I'll stamp a few sentiments later on. So I really wanted to do all purple on this spread, and I wish I had a lighter ink of purple, but I didn't, so I'm just going to do these really bold flowers. I stamp them in purple, then I get my like kind of water brush and use the leftover ink to fill in the flower. And I'm going to do that for 2 big flowers and 3 smaller ones, and then fussy cut them out. It's one of my favorite ways to kind of make my own DIY embellishment and also take my stamped pieces kind of to the next level. It's so simple and so easy, and I'm so glad that I tried this a while back, and I just love it. I need to do it more because I love it so much. And I feel like as somebody who maybe doesn't use as much embellishment, since I am like a hybrid scrapbooker and I'm also more of a stamper, that this is, like I said, the perfect way to have my own embellishments. And these flowers, again, are from the Mandy Ford stamp set, and I'll link those in the description box. So once I have those all done, I can go ahead and cut them out and then add them to my spread. I'm only going to do a small cluster in the bottom right of the spread, and then over in the left, like a big cluster of different stamps and stamped sentiments. So I just have to fussy cut these out, and that's another thing that I love about this stamp set. I love how easy these are to fussy cut out. I'm someone that has like a little bit of arthritis, so it can be tricky to fussy cut stuff out, but these are perfect and are so quick. So I'm excited to make some more flowers and figure out other ways that I can use this stamp set. So once I have those cut out, like I said, I can start to build the different clusters that I want to have. And I also want to mention again that this whole design I discovered through Instagram, Nancy, and she came up with the design and I loved it and I wanted to try it. And again, like I said, it probably won't work for me if I have this many days on one week. So I am actually tempted to try daily journaling just because I have so much to say. But again, it's just hard for me to find time during the day to write in my journal. So that's the tricky part. Definitely in a really busy season of life right now. Hence why my videos even don't follow the best schedule right now. Okay, I'm using the other spring stamp to stamp a sentiment that says, even a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment it's grown in, not the flower. So I stamped that in a different ink that I have, like an archival ink. I didn't like it, so I stamped it on the spare paper, and I'm going to cut that out and add it. So it's going to kind of be a flower, stamp sentiment, the month, flower, and then another stamp sentiment. So definitely a pattern. And over on the bottom right, I picked every flower must grow through dirt, which I loved. I think that's awesome and totally represents growth. My last little step is just going to be adding in a little splattering of stamped stamped layering, I guess you could say. It is part of the Mandy Ford stamp set. It's like a big oval with different squiggles and X's. So I'm just using a piece of it to create a little bit of stamping and movement and layering. So it's going to be black and purple, and I love it. So once I got this one done, I can go ahead and move on to the next one. The next one's just going to be super, super simple and using up my stash. Now, when I make my journaling pages, I think that I really go with a whole variety of different ways of bringing these spreads together. So, like I said, this one uses my stash. I had this sticker sheet and I've had it for years and years, and it's never found a home. And I finally decided, you know what? I'm going to stick these stickers down and I'm going to try to use as many as I can. I also found a set of days that I had printed on clear sticker paper. So I'm going to go ahead and use those, which makes it even more simple, and then just stamp the days and add all these stickers. I believe this sticker sheet was actually something Traci Reed made for Simple Stories many, many years ago. And I don't even know how I got it, but I cut it in half so that way it could fit in my sticker organization. So it got lost for a while, but now I'm going to use it. I'm doing a simple 4 days on one page, 3 on the other. That way I can have a little cluster over in the right-hand side, kind of a main cluster. I'll use this Ali Edward Laura Wansick stamp set to stamp the month, which is April, and I am going to also use the numbers, the smaller numbers, to stamp the dates. This is a stamp set that I use all the time, and I absolutely love it. Okay, I've got the dates down, and now I can start sticking some stickers down. I honestly thought about, how many can I put on this page? But I think I went pretty light. I didn't want it to be too busy, but maybe I should have added more. I did a Hello Lovely in the bottom right, and I decided to use that banner and just split it across both pages. And I'm also going to sprinkle in some of the florals and also the word strips. So I should have used more, you guys. Should have used more. The word strip I used in the bottom is the start of something good. Over by April, I'm going to put right here, right now. Another thing I like to do when I'm using floral stickers is to cut them in half, and that way I can use them in 2 different spots. And sometimes I like to use them right above the days or right below the days, because that's a fun little spot to put a sticker. I also have a small little cluster down in the bottom of the left-hand page, and I decided to stick one up in the top right corner. Not sure if it works there, but I'm using as many stickers as I can. And then this page is all wrapped up, all done. I finally used the sticker sheet and I could not be more excited. Okay, so for the last week in my journal, I usually do a small area for the journaling and then a spot for highlights in the month. But the last week in April is actually week in the life. So I wanted to do something really fancy and have a lot of fun with my stamps and even get out my, oh boy, I'm going to forget the name, the daubers that you use to add in some ink. You'll see it in just a second. The April Stories by the month comes with these fantastic die cuts. I think they're vellum die cuts, but I'm going to use them as clear stickers and also die cuts. And I'm going to just have a whole bunch of fun. I found my Week in the Life stamp set. It's like a mini 3x4, and I stamped Week in the Life in the bottom corner. And up at the top left, I did April looks like this. And you saw me flip back to January. That's where this spread idea came from. It's like has a really great spot up at the top for like a huge cluster of different, whatever you want to make up at the top. So I love that. I printed on the clear sticker paper not only the flowers that I was telling you about, but also these tags, which are in the digital and physical kit as well. I really liked them on the clear sticker paper, but I wanted them to show through more. So I'm going to get some white paper and put them on the white paper. The other thing that I really like about clear sticker paper is that I don't feel like I have to cut out something precise. I can cut it out close enough and that works. Like with fussy cutting, I feel like you do have to cut it exact, but with clear stickers, you don't really have to be precise, which I love. So now I'm going to have, like I said, a whole lot of fun putting this whole spread together. It might be my favorite this month. I love these bold, beautiful colors for the April kit, and I'm going to make a really huge cluster with that Week in the Life stamp, and then I'm going to use the tags as well. So when I peel off the tags, I of course have the clear sticker paper, and I'm actually going to use that as kind of a stencil so that way I can get that tag shape. Since I didn't really want to print any more clear sticker tags, I was at my desk and I wanted to figure out a way to build this spread without having to go back to my computer and print more clear sticker tags. So that's kind of where my idea for stenciling in and using those daubers. I think that's what they're called. Oh my goodness. I have a set of them and I hardly ever use them, but I can also never remember the name of them. So feel free to tell me what the name of them are, but I can never remember. But April Mom Run Craft, she does an amazing job sharing all kinds of content on Instagram about how fantastic, stencils can be, and she's just amazing with stencils. So gonna channel my inner April and see if I can create something awesome. So as you can see, I'm doing kind of a staggered design with these stencils and just using the backing of the clear sticker paper. It's not going to turn out straight or perfect or anything, but I make it work and it's going to still turn out great. And having fun is the most important thing, and that's what I had. And just having fun making a special spread for Week in the Life. I am determined to finish the project this year. I have done this project since 2012, I believe, but I only have like maybe 6 albums, I think, finished. So not even that many. Like I take the photos, I do the journaling, but then I just don't put anything together. And I really don't want to do that this year. So I gotta make sure that I keep motivated and get everything sent to be printed and get the Week in the Life documented. I'm also working on deleting a ton of photos and videos to get prepared as well. So good job on me, right? I grabbed some Post-it notes so that way I can just cover or make sure that only the tag is going to get the ink. And I went with the kind of lighter yellow than the actual yellow from the tag, but I think it still works. I'm also going to do a second yellow tag down in the bottom right, and then I'll grab, I think, green or pink as well. Such a tropical feeling spread, but it's just a really cool April color scheme, and I'm enjoying making this spread. So I started off with this deeper green color, and I didn't think that that worked as well. So I switched to a different green and went ahead and used that, and it turned out pretty good. Then I'll add some more green to a tag over on the bottom. And I also decided that since the clear sticker tags that I have some sayings on them and like repeated sentiments, I'm going to go ahead and stamp some phrases on my tags to make them similar. So I'll do that after I get all of the tags colored in. This last one is going to be a pink one, and I'll do pink on the right hand side and another one over on the bottom left. So these are the daubers that I use, and I think I have those linked in my Amazon shop as well. They're just a full pack of them in all the different colors, so it's fantastic and I love playing with them. I'm fixing that tag because it needed to add one of the edges. I tried a loving stamp for the yellow, but that didn't fit. So I moved on to green and chose love this. For the yellow, I put looking for the good in the middle of the mess. And the pink, I did just happy. So just a mix of different sentiments. And then I will adhere down the other tags that I have and begin to build the rest of my clusters and adding in all those different types of flowers. So it's coming together so awesome. And again, I know I've said it a million times, but I think that this project just reminds me again of how much fun it is to just play with your stamps, play with what you have right there, and just have a lot of fun. And that's one of the things that I love about my journal is that I can be, have fun with my journal and try different things, use up my stash, play with my stamps, and just do things a little bit different than when I'm doing a scrapbook project. For the layering on my cluster, I would layer at the bottom with a clear sticker and then a die cut underneath. So there's lots of really great layers in this whole clustering that I'm doing. And I'm leaning my cluster more towards the left with lots of, with the cluster being over to the left-hand side of that stamped sentiment. And I'll also add a few over to the bottom left. And I grabbed another stamp set that has like everyday phrases on it. I wanted to stamp no day like today and celebrate the realness of the everyday. I spread that across both pages and also stamped capturing life. And I have another stamp set that is from one of the newer kits from Ali Edwards with a little leaf. I've probably talked about it before because I use it in almost every single spread because I just love it so much. And I'm going to stamp that in some gray ink since one of the tags had gray ink and I felt like the spread needed a little bit more neutral to balance out all of those colors. And so once I have that added, I am almost done with the spread, and it is definitely a favorite, and I definitely want to try playing with my stencils and my daubers more often. I added a few leaves over to the bottom of the word life, and then I am just about done with this, and then I'm going to flip back to the previous week and figure out how I can put that week together. So now I have a really special week in my journal to document week in the life, and I'd love to know in the comment section if you are a scrapbooker and document week in the life, because it is such a special project. All right, so this last week, I'm going to do just vertical long boxes and use Ashley Horton's new kit, Document 365 April. It's a scrapbooking printable kit that comes with die cuts and digital stamps, but I also use this kit not just for scrapbooking, but I use it for journaling. And I also make a mini 4x6 book to document the 10th, which is just a day where I try to take 10 photos to capture our day. Nothing too fancy, and then I just put it in a 4x6 album. The kit also, when it comes with the die cuts, comes with a set of days, so I use those. And the weekend is one long box, and so I just split it in two, and that works good enough. Before I started using these die cuts, I had stamped April, then realized that I really didn't think that ink went coordinated with this spread, so I'm going to go ahead and cover that up in just a little bit. I am keeping this very simple with just a few die cuts and a little bit of extra stamping. I absolutely loved the die cut that said "Love my peeps," and since I really didn't do any Easter spreads, I figured, you know what, I'm just going to use it. I absolutely love it, and why not? I can use it. It's my planner, my journal. And I also used that 3x4 card that says "just a little bit extra," which I loved. I love that funny pun. Okay, I covered up the April, and I also added some clouds. That way the cut piece of paper isn't so awkward up there by itself. And then I put back the Tuesday. Also added a die cut that says "Spring Sunshine" and "Let's Grow." I'm going to stamp the days, and I wanted to make sure that the days didn't seem like they were floating, so I'm going to add a line right below the days and finish up the spread with just a little bit of flower stamping and call it good enough. I just wanted to keep things very simple with this spread, and I think that works best. Once I'm done with this spread, I'm going to go ahead and flip all the way back to the beginning and show you my currently opening page where I used a Traci Reed kit, and I shared that little real fast video over on Instagram, and then I'll show you the rest of the pages that I made, and I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing all of these pages come together. I love sharing my journal, and I'd appreciate a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day. Bye.